Happy Chinese New Year. Now I'm going to tell you about the traditions of Chinese New Year and what you can do to have a good one. Stay tuned. And welcome to the Brac Shop. Now I'm going to tell you about the Chinese New Year, or the Lunar New Year as some people call it, and it's celebrated by the Chinese and the East Asians and around the world, and it's celebrated at the end of the lunar calendar, which is why the dates move around compared to the Gregorian calendar, which was introduced to the world back in the 1500s by Pope Gregory the 13th and has been adopted by most of the world now. And we celebrate Chinese New Year at the end of the lunar year. And it moves around because it's based on the cycles of the moon, which is why the year starts around January or even February. And again, with a lot of traditions, it marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring. And that's why on the 15th day, it's known as the Spring Festival. Now, the celebrations of the Chinese New Year last about 15 days. And different days signifies different parts of the new year. On New Year's Eve, everyone gets together and celebrates. Now, on the first day of the new year, basically it's celebrated by the family and relations, and people will gather, usually going to the eldest in the family, like the grandparents or the parents, to all get together and celebrate the new year. The second day is for the friends. You go and visit the friends. And on the third day, which is why you shouldn't visit anyone's house on the third day, because it's the day of the ancestors, or the day of the dead, the deceased. And you go and visit the ancestors that have passed away and that are in the graveyards. And then you continue with the celebrations until about the 15th day, when we have the Spring Festival. And in modern Chinese, all of the Chinese New Year is now referred to as Spring Festival. Now, the Chinese are quite superstitious, and so they believe red will bring good luck. So basically, you wear red on Chinese New Year. And they believe the colour gold represents wealth. So a lot of people will wear gold as well. Gold rings, etc. So on New Year's Day, the tradition is to wear red and have a lot of red everywhere. And for good luck, you should clean the house, especially the kitchen, to make happy the kitchen god. So the tradition is to clean the house before Chinese New Year. Have everything cleaned and celebrate on Christmas Eve, and not to clean anything for at least 3 days. Definitely nothing on New Year's Day. So you don't have to throw away anything, because you may throw away your good luck if you throw things away on New Year's Day. And there's a few other things you shouldn't do as well, like don't wash your hair on New Year's Day. Wash it the day before, because you may wash away the good luck. Don't sweep or clean, or basically don't throw anything out, because again, you could throw away your good luck. And not to cry, and don't tell any ghost stories or horror stories on New Year's Day, which is quite interesting, because going back to the metaphysical, New Year's Day, a lot of celebrations, high energy, high emotions, and you remember it, and it has an imprint. So if you're telling ghost stories and horror stories, that sets something up in the subconscious. So make sure you say good things, good stories, and be nice and have a good time, because it imprints it into the subconscious, so you will have a good year. And it's interesting how traditions and metaphysical sort of like intertwine. Now, traditions have it that there used to be a monster that would come down and terrorize the villagers in China. Nian was its name. And it would come down, and they found that to scare it away, to save the villagers, was to beat a lot of drums, create a lot of noise, firecrackers to scare it away, and have a lot of red, because apparently Nian, the monster, was scared of red and scared of loud noises. And that's why Chinese New Year is celebrated with firecrackers and a lot of banging noises, a lot of drums. And that scares the monster away, and also the evil spirits as well. And that's why we also have the lion dance and the dragon dance, because they're mythical creatures. Well, lions were in China until about 2,000 years ago. They weren't really around China, and was introduced into China through the Silk Road with the traders. But before that, they were only talked about. And so these were then used as good luck dances, good luck charms, to bring in good luck and to drive evil away. Lion dances is probably more common because it only takes 2 people to make up a lion, and it's a lot easier to maneuver compared to a dragon, which can take to about 9 to 18 or even 20 or so people to create the dragon as it swirls through the streets. So you'll probably see more lion dances because dragons are so long and encompassing. But they represent good luck and to drive away the evil spirit for the year. And also we have the red packets. People give red packets during Chinese New Year, and they have money in them, and that even makes them even more lucky. Now they give them as a sign of goodwill to spread luck to each other. So it's good to give and good to receive. Now there's many traditions on who should give and who should receive, and also how much you put into it. But there are so many different facts on how much to give also that I'll let you look that up. But tradition these days, as long as there's money in it and you're giving it or receiving it, it's pretty good, pretty lucky. And another thing, since we're beating the drum on scaring the monster and the evil spirits away, think about it. Beating the drum creates vibrations, and spirits are all a bit scared of different noises and vibrations. And I feel that since the spirits are on one vibration and you're creating a different vibration, that would disperse the spirits. In fact, there is a song. Whenever I feel afraid, I whistle a happy tune, as you can hear right now. And it's probably not such a weird idea, because if you're whistling, you're creating a different vibration. And if something is approaching on a different vibration, well, you'll pass it because you've moved yourself to a higher vibration. And so it's quite good to whistle a happy tune. Now there are countless stories about Chinese New Year, but that's Chinese New Year in a nutshell, so to speak. But the idea is to rejoice, say goodbye to the past and welcome in the new year and have a lot of festivities. And it's also to welcome in the spring, because it was the end of the year and the beginning of the new year, and spring and then the longer days of summer. So there was a lot of rejoicing and to welcome the best for the new year, and what a good way to have a good start with it. So if you're eating and you're full, you'll have plenty for the rest of the year. So whatever you do on New Year's Day will represent how the rest of your year will be. So always make sure you have a great New Year's Day. So that's it in a nutshell. Very quick this time. And as I've always said, if you've liked this episode, click the like button, subscribe, and click the bell so you'll be notified when I bring out more stories. A bit different this time, making use of the new year that's coming. So make sure you have a good time on New Year's Day, and that will be your day for the rest of your year. So all the best, and I'll see you next time.